And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are the absolute worst sometimes. I love you immensely, but my God. And why isn't my music playing? Did I break something? I might have broken something.
Aww,
there we go.
no.
I fixed it. It's okay. I
Okay.
fixed it. I fixed it. It's okay.
But we're
I'll
the
figure this
worst.
out.
Yeah.
Well, dang. So, when we last left our heroes.
Oh wait, hydrate was redeemed. We should cheers.
Okay, one quick cheers before we start the episode.
Okay.
Cheers to the intro.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers to the intro. Many times over. Okay. With that said, when we last left our heroes, having saved Maxon and Senator Vander from a strange band of undead circus performers, Lucy still reeling from the loss of Quill. Maxon attempted to comfort him, however, in doing so discovered the branded mark on Lucy's chest of the Vander's crest and Mortal Champion's sigils. However, they were unable to speak as Senator Vander began to bark orders towards Maxon to return them back to Boku post-haste. But not before Maxon seemed to recognize Alara as an echo that had been seen before within Boku itself. Back at the Vander Palace, the verbal barrage upon Lucy from Senator Vander continued, who had now also turned his attention towards the rest of the party. But all of this abruptly ended as Maxon yelled out to Lady Vander about the mark. Casting a spell of her own, Lady Vander quieted the room and took Lucy away for a private discussion. She proceeded to tell Lucy the story of the first Vander, a sorceress named Gaylia, who was herself a mortal champion from centuries ago. She continued to give a brief history lesson of Boku, the relationship between Gaylia and Resilian, as well as the Forgotten Day. It was during this talk that Lucy discovered that he himself was a descendant of both Gaylia and Resilian. As the story went on, Lucy learned that on one fateful day, Octavo Presage and Resilian's scribe came back from a magical city of gold with no memory of what had happened. Just the two bodies of Gaylia and Resilian. Strangely enough, none of the other citizens seemed to remember them either. And before Octavo left Boku forever, he gave one last word, that if ever needed, a descendant of the Vanders would bear the mark etched on Lucy's chest once more. To learn more about this, Lady Vander told Lucy to return to the Memorial Gardens to seek out the tomb of Gaylia. And returning back to the study with the rest of their companions, Maxon took them out into the hallway to allow Lady Vander and Senator Vander time to discuss. Out in the hallway, it was discovered that Maxim himself was the scribe of Resilian all those years ago, and that he had stayed by the Vander's side all of this time. Eli attempted to get more information on the whereabouts of the Golden City, hoping to finally discover the location of his parents. But it seemed that along with the memory of what happened to Resilian and Gaylia, the location of the City of Gold was also lost to Maxon. All that he could remember was that the rain poured upward, echoing the same sentiment our heroes have heard a number of times throughout their journey. With as many questions answered as possible, the party finally made their way to the gardens, but not before Alara could inquire a bit more as to how Maxon recognized her. He then informed her that she should go to Brother Time's temple tomorrow to seek out the answers that she sought. In the Memorial Gardens, the party found the entrance of Gallia's tomb hidden within a large fountain. Proceeding downward, they were met by the mortal champion's spirit, advising them that if they wished to follow the path of the champion, they must be willing to complete the tomb's trials. Within the tomb itself, our heroes had to admit to their greatest failings, give up what they coveted the most, and finally face the beasts that reside within them. Able to overcome the first two tasks, the party found their way into an arena of sorts, where identical statues of each of them awaited. And as they began to approach, the eyes of the statue flickered to life. And so, our story continues. As you stare back at the statues, their expressions do not seem that of kindness. Cold stone eyes stare back at all of you, their bodies now becoming animated as each of them begin to draw their weapons of choice. The third and final trial of Gaylia's tomb was about to commence. I need all y'all to roll some initiative for me, please.
Starting right out
Shoot.
the gate.
Wow. Wow.
I thought during the recap you were just gonna bypass this and show.
No. Why would I possibly do something like that? We're just going to go right into it, my friends. Let's get you guys over here. And let's get you guys over to here.
Are we in roll 20?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no, there's
Yeah.
ghosts.
Oh yeah. Roll 20. Need to zoom
my
out.
gosh.
Oh no.
So the dark ones, just in case anybody doesn't recognize them, are your opposites. So just so you know.
Yeah.
And to those in chat, it's the ones on the right-hand side. I tried to make them as dark as possible, but, you know, I'm lazy. Anyway, let's get some initiative order, shall we? Alara.
25.
25.
Wow.
God damn.
Oh,
Are you sure you're a wizard? My God.
so ready
I
to
have
kill
a special
yourself.
thing.
Pavo.
So I got a whopping 7.
Ooh,
Whoa.
okay, fair enough.
Dang.
Trix.
Being cautious.
23.
23. Oliver.
19.
19, okay. Eli.
23.
23. Lucy.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And last but not least, Shade.
I will be sitting with Pavo playing cards. I got a 7.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll let them take care of it first.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
We'll see what happens.
Man,
they're so eager to fight. Let them do it.
As you all kind of stare back at these strange statues that seem to be beginning to approach on all of you, Lucy and Alara, you two feel a quick jolt of life spring to you in a moment's notice. Both of you have been inspired.
oh yes! Thanks, chat.
Thanks, Danessa.
Thanks, Danessa.
And let's just turn that down a touch. All right, and with that said, let's go ahead and get rid of that. And what did I just do?
No.
All right, now.
Okay.
Damn
Oh,
it.
it was
Shay.
just the song ending. It was just the song ending. I was like, oh no, I broke the music again. Okay, getting used to this. Getting used to this. So, with that said, as the strange statues begin to approach all of you, Alara, you are the first to notice and act. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, it definitely says we have to fight ourselves, right? Like, I shouldn't take out your guys' statues. Just
I don't
wondering.
remember saying that.
Hey,
but
that's metagaming. You do whatever Alara would do.
Courtesy.
Be
Well,
yourself.
I feel like if you're, I don't know, out of game, I would be nervous that if I'm hitting somebody else's statue, I'm somehow hurting them. That's what Eli's thought would be. Like them
Start
actually.
with
I
Shade.
can't
And
read
it would be
your thoughts.
amazing if people
Alara, it's
actually
your
had
turn.
time to think.
Oh my god, shit! Okay, but they definitely look angry with ill intent, right?
Yeah.
Like, Alara's not like, kind of like, hey!
Yeah,
Isn't
no,
smiling
Alara's
or
not
anything.
waving. The statue Alara is not as friendly and
Okay.
cuddly as regular Alara.
Alara's
Okay,
darkest
got it.
timeline.
Always happy though.
Better take her
Always
out.
are very happy.
Okay. So, I guess then I'm going to do Pulse Wave. But this is the one with the 30-foot cone thingy. But we discovered that it's actually not a straight line. Like, the cone goes sideways.
It does.
So technically, I
cone.
can. Okay, but the last time we were trying to figure out the cone, we took a straight line across the map. The 30 feet actually goes this way, so technically I can hit all of our statues.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but let me just see how close I have to be. 1 second.
So glad you guys know your stats.
Yeah. Stop! Okay, so I need to move my person.
At least 5 away.
Alara will
Move my
move forward here. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Probably.
And
You need it back up. Back to
Whoa, close? That close?
the- You're too
yeah,
close to
it
them
has
all.
to be.
You're
Yeah.
not going to hit them all here.
You would only
Yes.
get
You're way
like
too
Lucy
close.
to. You would only get like
30.
Lucy and Trix and everybody there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I
No,
just
but
wouldn't hit shade.
You need to be further away to do that. It's a cone,
No.
like a triangle.
Cone.
Y'all need to let
I
Alara
know.
take her turn.
Remember, Rob, you sent me the thingy!
I know, but you're too close there. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
Oh god, I hate this spell!
You would get Lucy through
Fine.
Trix there.
Okay, how do I hit the most people, Rob? Just tell me, quick.
Well, you got to count from the one.
well,
square in front of
unfortunately,
you,
it's
so
not
5, 10,
Pavel's
15,
character
20,
to
25,
play,
30.
so maybe you should just go ahead and take your best shot.
I'm panicking.
Just do it.
Worst
Okay.
case scenario, we all die. Just do
Yeah,
it.
it's fine.
Okay, if I stand there, it's fine. I'm hitting a lot of characters.
Yeah.
You can absolutely try.
Okay.
It depends
Christ.
what side you're facing. Are you facing the
What?
Are you facing the statues or us?
The statues, obviously! Come on! Okay, alright.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. I'm never going
1
first again. I
hour
hate this.
later.
She's deleting all the cone spells.
Alright, I need con saves from as many statues as I can hit in a 30-foot cone.
All right. You need what?
Con saves.
And what level is the spell?
3rd.
Okay. So, as you begin to reach your hand forward, producing the arcane energies that will lash forward with this pulse wave, the Alara standing in front of you simply waves her hand in front of you
Fuck.
as you feel the arcane energies leave your hand.
Laura.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, back up. A little bit. I don't think I have
It did
all my
nothing?
She probably used
Got
counterspell.
counterspelled.
Because I'm smart. Okay. So I think I move probably 20 feet, so I'll step back 10 feet. Okay, that ends
Okay.
my turn. And I'll say, why, Laura? We could be friends.
Surprisingly, the statue of yourself does not respond in any way, verbally, that is, as she rushes
surprising.
forward directly in front of you.
Whoa. She's crazy too.
They match our initiative. I think.
Holding out her hand, you see a glow of an orange ember begin to appear directly in front of it. She pushes towards your chest as a fiery bolt hits you directly in the center of your chest.
Oh boy.
You are instantly incinerated.
Yeah.
Depends on
Is
what
this like is this an attack or a save that you need from me?
This is nothing. You take 5 points of fire damage as it burns into your chest.
Okay. Okay.
No roll.
As the blast hits you, she reaches out to grab onto you. I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. I don't like any of this at all. I can't see that. That's really bad. That's 7.
7. The statue reaches out to grab onto you. You try and move away in time, but it is able to catch your arm. And as its hand grasps around yours, suddenly a bit of stone begins to merge over top of your skin.
No!
You pull your arm away.
No!
The top of your
No!
your bicep is now covered in a strange stone.
This is not good.
Really wish I had dispel magic.
Rix, what would you like to do, my friend?
Is there a door?
She wants to run.
Unfortunately, the door that you guys had come in from had slammed shut behind you. There's no making your way out of this fight, only to move forward.
Okay, can I cast suggestion on me? on my opposite
You can certainly
my
try.
opposite statue? Okay, that's a wisdom save.
Okay. Unfortunately, with proficiency in wisdom, the statue of Trix doesn't seem to be overcome by the suggestion.
Oh no.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. The statue of you begins to rush towards you. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh
25.
no. This is not good.
As it rushes out
Behind the
towards
pole.
you, it does this. Reaching out forward towards you, even though not in grasp, you see a strange purplish tendril that appears within its hand. It reaches out to grab onto you. I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
14.
14. You are just able to get out of the prime attack of it. However, it does catch you just a touch.
No.
Can I just ask an out-of-game question?
No, it doesn't. My apologies. Yes, what would you like, Ollie?
Is this arena by a train track?
I think it might be.
It actually is. There just happens to be a lightning rail very close
Oh,
by.
'cause I
Suddenly,
hear-
off in the distance, you hear a strange ringing noise.
It is by a train track. There's a hype train.
Yeah! Woo!
And let's all
You-
die.
Let us all celebrate our death. Fantastic. Eli, what would you like to do, my friend? Staring back at the small statue halfling directly in front of you, it kind of furrows its brow at you as you furrow your brow back at it.
I am going to make sure I'm in select mode. I'm gonna move over here and actually I'll stay right there. I'm gonna shoot right at it.
Okay.
That's a 17 to hit, which I think does.
17 does hit the, I'm assuming you're throwing your daggers? Or one of your
Yep.
daggers? The dagger hits the statue, chipping a tiny little piece off of its shoulder. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay, that is going to be 15 piercing. That's going to be 5 poison.
To me, Eli. Woo!
And because
Get
it has
you.
not taken a turn yet, no, that's okay. I think based on, would Eli have been able to see the thing with the stone, or was he too far away?
At this point, probably not. You are
Actually, you know
you're in
what?
the middle of combat, so unless
Yeah,
you're
it doesn't
intently
matter,
looking at
though.
something, you wouldn't know.
But he does see both of them like rushing, right? He saw the
Oh, yeah.
statues rush. Okay, so I would know too. I'm going to do 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to use my bonus action to hide. I will roll stealth. 13.
Okay. As you hide or attempt to hide behind the statue,
I'll also use my reaction to summon back the dagger. So I have both.
okay. Stone Eli has watched intently where you were moving. He moves up as close as he can beside Shade and begins to throw one of the daggers, although he doesn't seem to be looking like he is aiming for Shade itself. Tossing the dagger, it goes past Shade's shoulder and past yours about 5 feet from behind you. Turning around, you look to see where it had landed, and before you can see, it is now directly behind you. It reaches forward and tries to grab onto you. Go ahead and roll
forgot I
a
could do
dexterity
that.
saving throw for me.
Forgot that I could do that.
21.
21. As the statue reaches out towards you, you're able to duck out of the way and dodge to the left a little bit. Unfortunately, you are not hidden. However, you have dodged the stone grip of another statue. Lucy, having seen your companions now engaging with their individual statues, what would you like to do, my friend?
All right, so he's gonna look at himself and say, "Hello, handsome." And I'm going to cast Fireball
Okay.
at 3rd level.
Whoa.
I need a Dex save.
Hang on, I just screwed up my map. There we go. Fixed. Dex save.
I know my Dex is shit, so.
What was that?
20-foot radius.
It's a 20-foot radius, so this would also be hitting Ollie and Pavo's statues as well.
Okay, fair enough. The statue that you're aiming for, the Lucy version of yourself, somehow is able to move quickly enough to move out of the way. It rolled a 17.
Okay. All right, so that would be, what, half damage for him. What about the other two?
Pavo succeeds and Ollie fails.
All right. I'll roll damage. Oh, not great. 25. So 25 to Ollie and 13? Is it in my favor? Can't remember.
No. It's
12
it's
to the
half
other
roll
two.
rounded down. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so 12 to the other two.
As
Wrong
the
people! You're supposed to attack the angry-looking ones.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
attacked
He
the
attacked
angry
I
one.
know.
Pavo and-
Trix is
I'd also
already
like to
getting
use-
confused a little bit.
I thought part of it like also hit one of us. That's why I was saying that. I thought it was an accident.
I'd like to use my bonus action to use, is it 6 of my sorcery points to get my 4th level spell slot back.
Okay. As the
yeah.
as the blast hits these statues, you watch as the fire cascades over top of them. You believe that you've hit them relatively hard, but there doesn't seem to be many singe marks on them.
They might be resistant. With that, I am going to move up to yeah, I'll move up to Alara there and end my
Okay.
turn.
Fair enough. The
Hey.
statue stares back at you for a moment before it too begins to rush forward in front of you. You
I don't
watch
like
as
how
it,
close.
you watch as it begins to conjure what you recognize as an acid type attack. However, before it actually attacks you, strangely enough, it speaks. Addressing you.
Yeah, what the hell?
It says to you, Lucy, you don't want to do this. This is not the fate that you want.
Okay.
Do you have a
So
response?
What fate do I want? I look very, like, kind of still, like, dukes up, like,
Without any kind of response back, you feel a blast of acid wash over top of you.
Oh, fuck.
You take 4 points of damage.
Okay. Oh, no.
As you begin to wipe it off as quickly as possible, you don't have enough time to move out of the way just in case as it reaches out forward toward you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay. I'd like to use my inspiration to make it a straight roll,
Okay.
if I can. Yeah?
Yep.
I'd now like to use my Tides of Chaos action to make it at actual advantage. Because that was a 4. 15.
15. You try to move away as quickly as possible, utilizing the inspiration that you feel deep inside yourself, using the harnessing of the chaos around you. However, it's not enough.
Nope, I'll use my reaction. Reroll through see. Oh, I'll turn back time. Reroll again.
What, triple a bit? Okay. Not gonna get much better, I feel like.
We'll try better.
No, that's worse. That's worse.
Come on.
The statue grabs onto your arm, giving you a stern look as it seems to grip on harder than that of Alara's statue, as one of your arms turns completely to stone.
Oh.
You now have disadvantage on any attack rolls.
Okay, I don't do those anyway. We're good.
That's the one I need. Oh, God. With that said, Ollie, you're up. What would you like to do, my friend?
All right. As a bonus action, I'd like to just wave at the other Ollie with a smile.
Does it wave back?
As my action, or
make a persuasion check for me, Ollie.
okay.
I went about this all wrong, guys.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what it does.
16.
16. It tilts its head at you for a moment, inspecting, curious to this strange communication that you're trying to portray back and forth with the statue. But it does wave back.
All right. Not wanting to truly attack it, but being cautious, I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians at the 3rd level, which I get to designate the creatures it'll affect and be unaffected. So I unaffect my party, of course, and then I affect all the evil creatures. And then if they start their turn in the 15-foot radius around me or move into the 15-foot radius around me during their turn, they have to do a wisdom saving throw. On a failed throw, they take 3d8 radiant damage, and on a successful save, they take half the damage.
Okay, so as you cast, you see the divine spirit presences begin to pop up around you, guarding you from all those that wish to do you harm. Giving a little bit of a smirk, knowing that you are protected, you look back at your foe, as they too now seem to have spirit guardians circling them.
Damn it.
Okay, and then I'd also like to take my movement, and while cautiously looking at Trix's doppelganger, I'm gonna move back twice. I can't control it, but like basically right beside the real Trix. Oh wait, no, I can't control, sorry. I had the wrong selecting tool.
Okay. As the dark Ollie begins to lurk forward, it moves up just beside the other Trix, and as it does, you watch for the first time, strangely enough, your spiritual hammer suddenly appear in a darker form directly beside it.
Oh, shoot.
It goes in to make an attack directly against you. And spiritual weapon. The strange feeling of the force damage that smashes down over top of you, Ollie, is very curious to you as you now realize what it feels like to have a spiritual weapon attack you directly. You take 9 points of damage as the hammer swings down hard on you. With that said, Shade, you're up. What would you like to do?
I will lean against the column and hold my action until the other guy comes into reach.
That's a flex.
Okay.
I like that.
As you lean up against the statue, staring back at it, it gives a little bit of a knowing smirk before it lurks behind the statue, or behind the column. Suddenly and without warning, you hear a noise directly behind you. As an echo appears, it reaches out to grab onto you. I need you to go ahead and either use your movement or use your action, or make a dex saving throw for me.
16.
16. As the echo reaches out to you, grabbing onto you, you being fully prepared with some type of response to all of this, are easily able to dodge out of the way of the echo's attack.
I hit the echo.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack for me, please.
So 24.
The attack swipes through the echo
Oh no,
harshly.
I'm punching it.
Oh, okay. Leaning back and just rock and socking him, you hit it directly in the face. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
That's 5.
Okay.
It's still there. As you hit it in the face, it kind of wisps around your fist as if it's smoke itself, as the shade or the echo suddenly vanishes from sight. Pavo, having seen all of this transpire, you now look onward to your opponent, ever vigilant, ever cautious, leaning into the disciplines that you've learned as a child. What would you like to do, my friend?
Bring it home, Pablo!
Yeah!
Cautious, I've seen the full-on attack. I've seen a bunch of different strategies here, and they all seem to want to just keep attacking. How far away am I? We're really 80 feet?
Oh, shoot.
Well, in that
No,
case-
I screwed that up. Those are 5 feet.
So that's 40
Oh.
feet then.
So half whatever the measurement says.
Assume
Dark
the
Ollie
squares are all 5 feet.
Dark Ollie should have made a wisdom save on his throw then.
Well, I'm going to... I don't have control over Pablo.
Sure you're not still stuck on the ruler?
You should.
Yeah, I think you're
Okay.
stuck on the ruler.
Gotcha.
All right.
There you go. All right.
Same thing.
We are so good at technology, folks. Let me tell you.
Yep.
All right. Well, I was going to take the cautious approach, but let's just see what happens. I'm going to take the flight and fly straight towards myself there and start swinging unarmed.
Okay. As you leap into action, spreading your wings, the silver gleam of the wings seem to sparkle a little bit and reflect some of the light in the arena. Leaping forward towards it and perching directly in front of it, you begin to barrage with your attacks. Go ahead and make your attacks, please, sir.
Action for 2 attacks. The first one, 13.
Seemingly almost as nimble as you are, it is easily able to dodge the first attack.
Second one. Not going to be any better. That's a 9. So, in that case, I am going to spend a key point to Fury of Blows. 2 more strikes. That's a 22.
Okay.
Does that hit?
While you continue this hand-to-hand combat with the statue itself, it's very similar to that of an anime almost. As you continue to hit as fast as possible, it continues to block almost all of your attacks. However, the quick elbow to the face does catch it. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
That'll be 9 points.
Okay.
And I got 1 more attack. That'll be 16.
Okay. The last attack does not catch it off guard, as it is once again able to dodge out of the way. However, as you punch forward, it reaches out to grab onto your arm. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh, that's good. 17 plus 6, so that's 23.
23. Using your keen instincts, whether it be by way of Aarakocra or the disciplines of your martial arts, you're able to react quickly and move out of the way. You are all right for the time being, my friend. Taking us back to the top of the round. However, before Alara is able to move, the statue of Lucy's speaks again once more to him. As you continue to rumble, watching your companions fight all around you, he looks you dead in the eye. You will lose more along the way. Like Quill. What if it's Ollie next? Or Alara?
Fuck. Oh my god. Do I hear that? Oh my god. I know.
Lucy just furrows his brow a little and says nothing.
Okay. The statue looks to you, waiting for a response. As none is given, he looks back to you once more. You're telling me you'd be able to live through that? Losing more of your companions?
Man, I don't know what to say.
No pressure. Just all of our lives in this one answer.
As you kind of look around at all of your companions, now seeing them in combat, knowing that this could be a very large potential problem, looking down at your stone arm, you feel this overwhelming sense of dread and inability to move when Gaylia's voice rings through to your mind once more. Remember why you are here.
I think I know what I have to do, but like, I really hope I'm not wrong. Okay.
Oh my god.
Alara, what would you like to do?
You know, takes it in.
Do I hear any of this conversation happening right next to me?
No, you are fervently trying to move out of the way of Statue Alara.
Statue Alara! Statue Alara, can't we be friends? I will say out loud. Do I get any reaction from her?
You get no response.
Fuck, my god, she's stone cold. Hear that, Ollie?
Wow. Shout out to Alara. First pun of the campaign, ladies and gentlemen. Almost as good as a natural 20 in my mind.
Okay, so I have inspiration. I'm gonna use it. This feels pointless, but I'm gonna do it. So I just realized I don't have any touch spells prepared. So my range spell is gonna be at disadvantage. So I'm gonna use my inspiration to just roll straight. Set. Okay. So I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb, and let's try cold damage.
Okay.
Why
Go ahead and
not?
make an attack for me.
right. Oh, whoa, I almost used my bad dice. Oh my god, that was close.
Don't want that.
Oh, come on. I know it doesn't hit. 10. Come on.
As you go to reach out with the cone of cold, the statue reaches out to grab onto your arm once more. You push your hand out of the way intently as the chromatic orb now shoots up towards the ceiling. You watch as it hits the domed roof over top as icicles and frost seem to cover over top of it slightly. You now watch as the statue reaches out with its other arm. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
No.
I'm going to... Fuck, should I use it? Okay, I'll use my reaction to roll again. Fuck, I didn't want to burn my reaction yet. Oh my god. Nat 20! That was freaking worth it!
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Alara seems to be elated with her with being able to dodge. She hums out a little tune. She's so happy. As she does, Lucy, you hear this within your ear and feel a little bit of inspiration around the song that she sings. You, my friend, have bardic inspiration.
Cool.
So on any of your rolls, you can roll an additional d6.
Let's
Like,
hope
do
I don't
Alara-
waste it.
Do Alara and Lucy need to do wisdom saving throws for fake Ollie's spiritual guardians?
Yes, they do.
Man.
You say a wisdom save?
A wisdom save. And
As
my
well be fair,
apologies.
I'm gonna-
My apologies. I forgot to roll Trixa and Ollie's.
Good, I rolled good. Okay, it's a dirty 20 for me.
Okay.
Oh no.
What? I get a D6, you said? If I use it?
You get an additional d6. Yep.
I'm assuming that save is... Oh, well, that's an 11, but I'm going to use the D6 and hope it rolls high. 6. Okay, that's 17.
Yay!
Oh my God.
17. Okay. You
Thank you, chat.
you feel these strange pokes and prods of a blackness of energies. Both of you take
Both.
Yeah, we
5
take
points
half
of damage.
still.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
you're
I
both in
missed it.
15 feet of range.
Sorry, you cut out. How much damage?
5 points of necrotic damage. And my apologies, Ollie. Just to retcon for a quick moment, both of the statues failed their wisdom saving throws.
Okay. So... that would be 19 points of radiant damage.
Okay. You watch as the two statues begin to crack down the center. Pieces of them now chipping away, cracking off and falling down to the floor. Alara, is there anything else you'd like to... Oh, you already took your turn, so never mind.
Yeah. I'll just say, really, we could be really good friends.
She gives you a stone-faced look. Tricks. As you watch the statue version of yourself slowly start to crumble down a little bit, you see an opportunity to make your move. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm gonna cast my Shadow Blade,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk towards me,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stab my statue self with my dagger.
Okay.
My
Fair
Shadow
enough.
Blade dagger.
The more
Like
aggressive,
a-
the quieter you got.
like a non-canonical lightsaber, the purplish blade suddenly summons within your hands as you swipe down directly on the statue. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
That is 7, and I'm going to use my bonus action to hit again.
Okay, you swing once. It seems to be able to maneuver out of the way. You swing down a second time. Go ahead and take a roll for me.
Ooh, and that is 24.
24 with quick wit and quick wrist. You swipe down a second time, this time catching the statue directly on the chest. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay, that is 6 piercing damage plus 7 damage.
Okay. More pieces of the stone statue begin to crumble off of it and fall to the ground. You now see a large chunk taken out of the collar area of the statue.
Yes.
You have to make a wisdom save, Trix.
Ugh.
Yes, you
Started
do.
your turn in the thing.
Okay. That is a 15.
Ooh, you're lucky, my friend.
Oh, and by the way, Dave, when the Shadow Trix takes her turn, she shouldn't have to do it again because technically she hasn't started her turn yet since I've casted the spell, so she wouldn't have taken damage yet from it.
Okay.
I've
Trix,
not used this spell before, so there's so many different things I have to like consider, especially now that there's 2 of them going on. I'm like, holy shit. Right.
Trix, as you smile to yourself, almost very pleased with yourself that such a large hit was taken on the statue, you feel a few pricklings of this strange, dark energy start to prick on the back of you. You quickly move out of the way, but not fast enough. You take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. All right.
Eli, being able to move out of the way of your statue adversary, you stare back, feeling a rush now overtaking you, feeling the champion's powers residing within you. What would you like to do?
So he's just, if I throw my dagger to move, he's gonna get an opportunity attack. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
Actually, no, because it is a teleportation, so he wouldn't have. You have to move out of range. If you teleport,
yeah, but
you don't
he's
have
just
to
gonna
worry about
follow
that.
me all over the map. Well, let's see what he does.
What makes you say that?
Just a sneaky feeling. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I am going to use my action to toss my dagger. It's a reaction to teleport, right? Because it's a reaction to summon back.
Correct.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to dodge.
Okay. The statue begins to look around to where you went. It sees you now hiding behind the column, and also throws the dagger to teleport over to you. As it does, it tries to reach out to you, but you are ready and prepared. You are easily able to dodge out of the way.
I'll blow raspberry.
Nice.
Lucy, watching all of this happen, you see Eli teleport in front of you. You watch as Trix moves forward, the battle fully engaged. The statue turns to you once more. And before you're able to move, speaks to you once more. You should run away. For this is beyond, for beyond this there is no more running.
God, I hope. Okay, Lucy suddenly drops his guard, looks over to Alara, just says, God, I hope this works, and reaches out to the statue and grabs the statue and places his forehead against the statue's forehead, accepting whatever saves I might have to do or whatever. I'm just gonna let him slide.
As Lucy throws down his staff, as he gives up and sorry, you don't have a staff. As
I don't have a
Lucy stops, as Lucy, I got a little confused.
staff
There. Listen,
appears.
there's like
He throws it
14 of
down.
you on the board right now. Okay, give me a break. As Lucy drops his guard, now acknowledging the statue in front of him, suddenly all of the other statues stop and look directly towards the center of the arena. As Lucy grabs out onto the back of the neck of the statue and rests his head against the statues, the statue speaks to you once more. You have accepted your fate, and so it's been written in stone.
The fuck?
The statue in front of Lucy now begins to crumble down to the ground into little tiny pieces. As Lucy completely turns to a statue of stone himself.
Oh god! Oh no! What?
That rocked.
Oh.
I'd like to now use my movement. I'm just kidding.
It's bouncing.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that was
As
the right thing to do.
The rest of the statues now begin to crumble downward.
What the fuck? What is happening?
The rest of the statue.
The
the
entire
music
room
stopped?
fades to black.
Intermission. Shit.
This patient.
Yeah, I know. I'm freaking out.
right now. Just scroll down here. You're about to die.
Just scroll to the death
You
music.
all find yourself completely engulfed in darkness. Even those who have dark vision cannot see through this magical darkness. A moment passes. Another moment passes. Then, as if by magic, a tiny green flame appears. The flame grows taller and taller, its light now flickering off the surfaces around you. You realize you're no longer in the arena, but a beautiful white and black marble mausoleum. In the center of the room where the flame flickers, a large golden emerald sarcophagi rests.
No.
More emerald flames now burst from wall torches from around the room, giving the full lighting to the area. You all look around, taking note of each of you, and seeing Lucy, or the now statue of Lucy, standing by your side. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Yo.
Mm,
Do those remove curse scrolls I
Yeah,
have do
Ollie.
anything?
The curse.
No,
the
I have
curse
them.
spells. Oh, you
I have
she
them.
has them, but-
But Ollie, I think you should do it. I've never casted a spell like that.
Touching
mean-
it just to make sure it's actually a statue.
Oh my god.
Wait, there's a statue of Lucy, but also a sarcophagus?
Yeah.
Both things?
That's
don't-
probably.
Correct.
This is
oh, wait,
the
do we
tomb,
know this
probably.
information?
I'm assuming
Did
this
Lucy
is the
tell us
chamber.
about the what is her name? Oh,
Gaylia.
Gaylia?
Again, when you guys reached the fountain, the sigils on the back of your hands began to glow.
So we
So we know we're in a champion's tomb.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
we're probably
That's
in
already
that
been
room.
established.
And now we got a Lucy statue.
I mean,
Mm,
Just a question:
Yeah.
did Lucy sneeze during the fight? Just wanted to check.
He did not sneeze during the fight.
Also, I've been dabbling with poisons, diseases, and healing, but curses are on a completely different level. So, as much as like I can try if no one else wants to, you might actually be better at reading spells and making sense of them than I am.
I'm gonna call
once.
his name. Like
Lucy?
loud. Yeah, I'm just gonna yell like Lucy. and see if anything happens with the flames.
As you walk up to Lucy's statue, calling out his name, it doesn't move.
Oh, God.
Looking back at the flame, no movement.
Is there anything? Is the sigil on his chest still there?
From what you can see, because now his clothes are also now stone, you can just see a tiny bit of the sigil peeking out through his collar.
Is it glowing?
No.
Is mine glowing?
Yes.
Can I touch it?
Reaching out, you touch your hand to it. You feel the coldness of the stone, the lifelessness of the stone. It has no effect.
Shit.
Okay, I'm just gonna try. I only have one third level. Do I use a spell slot to cast a spell scroll? Sorry, I've never used a scroll before.
Nope.
No? Okay, well, I have two, so whatever. Let's use one. I touch Lucy's statue and use one of the remove curse scrolls.
Okay. As you reach out, putting your hand on Lucy, concentrating on the spell scroll, reading the incantation that resides upon it, the scroll begins to turn to almost ash as it falls to the ground. No effect.
So he's
Okay.
not cursed. So he's not
I'm
cursed.
panicking.
Maybe it's not
Oh,
even
he's
him.
just
Maybe it
stone.
actually is a statue.
I literally watched him turn into stone in front of me.
But isn't
Like,
But now
2
we're in a new
seconds ago.
location.
is this big green flame? Is this him? Is this like his essence?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe it's not the
God.
statue.
I'm so stressed right now, guys.
What
There might be
does it-
something in the room.
We
Yeah.
walk around. Should we open the sarcophagus?
Might as well.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
open it. Or try to. I don't know how
Gotta
heavy
help
it
you.
is.
Yeah, that you do.
Okay.
As you all gather around the sarcophagi trying to pry off the lid, the flame begins to flicker as it seems to float off the top of the sarcophagi and begin to move slowly towards Lucy.
Okay.
The flame begins to grow smaller, its light beginning to dim.
I don't think that's a good sign.
Stop pushing.
Maybe Lucy's in the sarcophagus.
The
This is
flame now floating directly into the center of Lucy's chest
Okay.
okay. It's good.
as it vanishes from view. As it does, the silhouette of the statue begins to glow a bright emerald green light. It begins to grow brighter and brighter, and with a burst of arcane energy, cracks begin to chip away from the statue. Another quick burst, and the stones splinter off completely, flying in all directions of the room. You now see a freed Lucy as he falls to the ground.
Thank God.
Han Solo style after the whole frozen carbonite thing.
Straight up out of
Laura,
the
this is
dead,
your
right?
cue. Ollie will rush over to check his vitals and make sure he's okay.
You all begin to rush over Ollie first and foremost as he reaches down just as Lucy's about to fall to the ground, grabbing him just in time before he hits the ground. You pull him back up to his feet, checking him over. While he seems almost exhausted, otherwise he seems to be fine. As all of your attentions are on Lucy, out of the corner of your eyes, You see a wisp of green smoke suddenly appear. Looking back at the sarcophagi, you now see the floating meditating woman you saw at the tomb's entrance, once again floating directly above the sarcophagi. With her eyes still closed, she floats down to the floor, setting foot on the marble. She opens her eyes and begins to approach Lucy. You all watch in anticipation to see what she does. She reaches out a hand to Lucy. Come, my descendant. It's time.
Hesitantly, he'll kind of like bring his hand forward and stop, and then reach out again and take her hand.
Taking her hand, you feel a warmth, a comfort, a familiarness, akin to your mother's touch, but something far greater, far deeper. You all watch and stand back as Gaylia leads Lucy to the other side of the sarcophagi. As you reach the other side, a flicker of light, and suddenly the mirror from the first room appears once more. She stops about 10 feet before the mirror and motions Lucy forward. My descendant, it is time for you to receive your weapon. Go and see for yourself. And she motions towards it.
Okay. Lucy will slowly go look at the mirror.
You walk towards the mirror. Standing directly in front of it, it's a bit peculiar. You only see yourself. She now walks behind you. You don't seem to understand, my child. Are you
No.
confused?
Yes, I don't understand. What am I meant to do with this?
Recognized what's in front of you. She puts her hands on your shoulder. Oh, Lucy, you are the weapon. As she says this, bursts of emerald ribbons, emerald ethereal ribbons begin to push out from the mirror. They wrap themselves around Lucy, now almost cocooning him into a giant ball of twine. A hot glowing emanates from the strange cocoon, forcing you all to shield your eyes. And with a final burst of green light, it dies down once more. You now see Lucy, but much different than before. His attire now entirely changed to that of an arch-sorcerer's robe. The neckline of the green and golden robes now shaped downwards into a V, with the collar rising upward almost to the jawline. And while the robes cover most of Lucy's body, they do not appear to have any sleeves up to the start of the shoulder. And down Lucy's arms, you now see shimmering pearlescent green tattoos wrap around his wrists and biceps. Lucy, opening your eyes once more, you stand in front of your friends, their eyes wide with wonder. You feel, once again, a warm hand on your shoulder. And as you turn to see Gaylia standing in front of you, you notice that all of her tattoos are now missing. The 6 have chosen wisely for my replacement. welcome to you, newest champion of Infinity, Lucille Vander, the Fate Breaker. And with those last words, she turns to smoke one last time and fades into mist before she vanishes completely. On the other side of the room, a doorway appears in the wall where you can see the large cavern that you had initially entered from.
She gone? I had some questions for her.
She's gone.
Eli.
She's straight up gone. Holy
Yeah.
shit. The Fate Breaker?
I like
I
that.
still don't know what I can
Yeah.
do. I don't know what I can do.
Try casting some spells.
Well.
Just don't aim at us.
In that case, Lucy, go ahead and add to your inventory the Fate Breaker's markings.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know how to find that. Okay.
What would y'all like to do?
Go first.
I'd like to just kind of like touch his robes, and just feel it, see if it's magical, you know.
Kind of checking his like tattoos out and stuff, and still looks a little shell shocked from the experience.
You're okay, Lucy?
I think I've misunderstood the last. I don't know. Mantra, I guess is a word. I thought I had to sacrifice myself so that you all could live. But I guess that was a test too.
Maybe it meant yourself as in how you presented yourself before, because this looks really great on you, Lucy. I don't think you should go back to that old look. This looks amazing. These robes
Yeah.
fit you very well.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, I guess.
I'm gonna nudge Eli and say, "Are you jealous because you're the Viper?"
No. I'm not jealous.
Yes, well,
Really upstaging you.
the family artist is going to have a lot of work to do. You're doing all those portraits.
That's all I was thinking about.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
Well, let's
can we animate that transition period too?
Yes.
Spinning with
Let's-
sparkles like Cinderella.
let's make our way out.
Okay.
As you
We'll
all
look back one more
follow,
time. But yeah.
as you all follow behind Lucy, he stops for a brief moment at the doorway, looking back at the sarcophagus, knowing that there is no more running. There is only fate, or that which can be broken. Walking outside of the doorway, you make your way through the large hallway once more, back up the staircase that you had once come from.
Before we leave the temple,
Wow.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say to the group,
Yes, we all know you're the Viper.
Eli, we
Yes, y'all have it.
Eli's gonna be like, okay, no, it's not about that. Just listen.
Okay.
I've been thinking about Maxon.
He's pretty cool.
Maybe, but
Oh,
also maybe not cool. So I just think that we should be really careful. I'm wondering if maybe he betrayed Racilian and Gaylia, or I don't know. I just found the way that he talked about Racilian really strange when he was like, oh yeah, he was once a really great man. Like that's what I would say about the dude who was like my mentor that I like killed and betrayed, and I didn't want the people who were listening to know. I just think he could be using us to get to the champion's weapons. The story of waking up in the forest with 2 dead bodies and just not knowing what happened. I just think we should be careful about who we're trusting.
Eli, I've known Maxon my whole life. He's been the only real father in my life. And
Resilient is really powerful.
if there's anyone out of the two who woke up in the jungle, it's Presage, who I don't trust.
Well, obviously, I don't trust Presage either. A member of the Presage family took my parents. But those are our 2 survivors. And I just think we need to be careful.
Eli.
Just be careful. I'm not saying that, I'm saying we need to recognize that we might not, it might not be a good idea to trust him. Go ahead, Ollie.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, like maybe the past few years, Maxim's been a great dad to you, but he's been alive a long time. Maybe he has become a better person, but we can't trust for the fact that he might have been the person that did these things. I'm not like, I don't want to assume it, but I've seen really good people do bad things, and I don't think we could rule it out.
And if they knew there was something that they needed here, why didn't they come here themselves? Why are they sending us all these places? Like, unless
they don't have the mark. You can't.
Right, and we do, and we know, and they know that we do. My point is, we don't know anything about their intentions at all. So I wouldn't go around divulging that we have champions' weapons.
How do we get more information? Yeah, how do we get more information if we keep closing ourselves off to people?
Well, what kind of a risk do we run opening ourselves up to the wrong people? We don't really know who our enemy is.
If we don't trust Maxon, who are we going to trust? Who's left in the world?
You can act like you trust someone and not actually trust them. I'm just saying, have your guard up.
That's true. I mean, we can still talk and get information. Doesn't mean we have to believe it.
We need him right now. He has information we need. But
and we can see how much he divulges when we have that hail.
Yes.
I had a very good feeling about Maxim, but I really trust Eli. And I feel like we need to listen to Eli on this one because I had a really good feeling about Uncle, and that turned out pretty bad.
I'm not saying don't trust him. I'm just saying keep certain things close to our chest, like the other champions' weapons. So maybe we need to hide them or something like that.
Well, no one's keeping it closer to their chest than Lucy. He is the weapon.
Yeah, they can't take the weapon from Lucy, so that's good.
I don't know, but they could bring harm to Lucy or harm to us or
control him.
Right, we don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I felt like I maybe trusted Maxon too readily because I want my parents back. But I've just been doing some thinking and we don't really have a reason to trust him other than Lucy, obviously, who knows him.
That seems like a big reason, though.
I mean, yeah, and then the other thing that made me concerned is if Maxon is this great guy, well, how is he, and he's like responsible for Boku, or he has this high position in Boku, why has Mr. Fancy Pants Senator been walking around like a tyrant with no one to keep him in check at all? Like, if you're this great dude, why aren't you stepping up? You know,
maybe he's tried.
Maybe. I'm just wary, and I think that we need to be careful. And I wanted to say that before we left.
Well, I understand how you feel, Eli. And although I trust him wholeheartedly, I can see why you maybe have your reservations. So, we have the ale from Bobicus. Mm-hmm. Maybe he'll have an explanation for us. That would bring some light to the situation.
I'm interested to see if he'll drink it. Very interested.
I'll tell him it's a part of the next lecture.
Well, no time like the present.
I mean, also look at Shade. Just saying.
What about Shade?
Well, you know, what do we know about him? We don't have anyone to vouch for him.
That's
He's
true.
done some wonky things, but all's been well.
Guys, this is what
That's
I've been
right.
saying about Shade since he got here.
That's right. Let's go eat. Let's go eat.
Oh.
I'm hungry.
I still have a good
Shade.
feeling about Shade too, and you know what? I trust him as well.
Oh.
I don't know. Next
I
time
don't
he
know.
touches Alara, he's better watch where he's sleeping. I'll say that much.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody. We need to keep it together here.
I think he literally watches where he's sleeping. He always has his Shade watching him.
Creep. All right, let's go.
We
As
make
you
our
all
way
make
back to
your
the
way,
house.
as you all make your way up the staircase, you emerge from the underground tomb, and as the last of you steps foot off of the last stair, the fountain seems to re-emerge, reconfigure itself, as the stairs seem to condense once more, the floor becoming whole as the fountain begins to spout out the waters. Lucy, as you remember, just a few hours ago, as well as from your childhood, you all make
Splash
your
the
way.
flowers one more time.
Oh.
As you reach down and splash the water once more, you feel invigorated, as the universe has granted you inspiration.
Universe inspiration. Everything's coming up Lucy today. I'm
However,
not
as you make
dead.
your way,
I got tattoos.
as you make your way back to the Vander Palace, Lucy, you start suddenly feeling a bit of a sneeze come on.
Oh God.
Shade, as you emerge back into the sky, or into the night sky, you feel a little bit of a twinkle in your wooden arm.
Here we go. Let's do
Doing
it.
them both at the same time.
Oh my
Love it.
But we'll get to those right after a quick break. So, with that said, thank you everyone who have joined us so far for all of the bits for the hype train, everything. Foul, Mystic Brobot, Vix, you are all amazing, wonderful human beings. Thank you so much for your continued support. While it is not deserved in any way, it is very, very much appreciated. And with that said, for our good friends DM Shanks, as well as Vix, I will need you to roll nothing, because I make my players do that. But we do take questions on our break. So if you have any questions about
Roll
the
with that.
campaign, the characters, any of the players, the life, universe, or everything in it, feel free to pop those down in chat, folks. And we will get to those as soon as we get back. But in the meantime, you all deserve some beverages. Go get your apple juices, your orange juices, your tea juices, whatever you desire. Maybe go pop some popcorn. That one's for you, Cherry Bombette. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, folks. Stick around to continue our silly little story. Thanks for watching so far, guys. We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you went and got all of your beverages. First and foremost, before we start out, just another quick shout out to our good friend Crimson Rockstar for the gifted sub. Dude, you're amazing. Like, I don't know what, I'm just blown away by it. But more so, Woody, 5 gifted subs, my friend.
Oh my goodness.
I love you, buddy. I mean, that's... I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. It really does warm the heart. I just don't know how else to say it. You really don't have to, but it's so very appreciated. So thank you kindly, both of you, very much. But with that said, we did have a few questions over the course of our little break, so let's go ahead and answer those before we jump back into tonight's session. First and foremost, Lucy, how did that feel?
Man, that was... Okay, first it was terrifying because none of what we do is scripted. We usually have less information than you guys do. So each of these riddles in this thing we did have to like kind of figure out. And so I legitimately thought, I'm like, I have to do big hero sacrifice right now to like get these things to stop or whatever. So when that wasn't the case, I was very happy. And then obviously turning into the Fate Breaker. I'm on cloud 9.
And to the rest of the cast, what were your thoughts on the encounter?
I thought my opponent was a really nice and good-looking dude.
Mine just hid. That's all he did.
I was
I'm glad-
panicking in the last half there.
Oh yeah, you were stressed.
I was like, I don't know what the answer is.
Well, you sounded more stressed in that fight than any fight we've
I'm just glad that it ended when it did, because I was getting like, Eli would have been so frustrated with this guy like following him around that eventually I think I would have just throttled him and then I would have turned to stone.
Okay. 6, are you disappointed that instead of getting a cool wand or staff, Dave just made you Sailor Jupiter? I didn't make him Sailor Jupiter, okay?
Hell no. I'm the damn weapon, man. That's badass. And I got tattoos, which I am looking forward to drawing those, as much as I like to joke about not wanting to do extra work. And also, Dave went ahead and let me, I can like tell y'all what it does. So I'll just read it as is. The marking of the Fate Breaker represent the power of the mortal champions of infinity. The arcane tattoos appear as the wearer sees fit. I gotta make them look however I want. As an action, bonus action, or reaction, the wearer can use the tattoos to conjure any mundane weapon, armor, or item. The item appears as an emerald green light construct. The wearer is automatically proficient with the item, and the item lasts for 1 hour before returning to the markings. So I'm Green Lantern, not Sailor Jupiter. So each time wild magic is cast by you guys, I can roll a d20. If the outcome is 12 or higher, roll a d100 on the standard sorcerer table, wild magic table. Whatever the outcome, the spell or effect can be stored within the tattoos to be used whenever the sorcerer wishes. The sorcerer inherently knows what the spell or effect is. So I'm still going to sneeze, and you guys get your fun little whatever, but also I have the potential to like store a really like nice spell that's not going to take up a spell slot now. So that's dope.
Yeah, so DM Shanks, way better than a wand or staff. Also, Crimson, no. Listen, me and Buster, we have a bond, okay? We've been together since the very beginning, and nothing could ever tear us apart. He's not being held against his will. He's an extension of myself. I think that was the most philosophical I've ever gotten about a wooden chair in my entire life.
I also loved your
Yes.
pose, the backhand caress of Buster.
Yeah, that's right.
Stroking your wood.
I feel like I should be in a music video. I feel like this is what Kim Kardashian feels like in Kanye's videos.
Oh my god.
Sorry, just checking to see if there is any other questions, and it doesn't look like it, but it's very difficult to catch up with our chat. Okay. And no, we're not making an OnlyFans account for me in the chair.
I
We
don't
might.
think so.
We might.
You were
We
just
might.
hired. It looks like you were just hired for
We
a
might.
music video. I don't know. It looks like it's very
true.
popular.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back into tonight's episode. But before we begin, Sky, go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
Ooh.
What's in the cup? One last question. It is definitely apple juice. That's all that's in there. Promise.
It made me thirsty. You too, Rob.
As you all make your way through the Memorial Gardens back to the Vander Palace, Lucy and Shade, I both need you to roll a D100 for me, please.
I'm gonna roll a d20 first. Please. Just please. 15. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Go ahead
so
and roll a
this will be
D100
the
for me.
roll. This will be the roll for the silly magic table.
Well, it's rolls for both.
Oh, okay, so 53.
Okay. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Okay. As Lucy lets out a loud sneeze, you feel that energy once again, similar to what you felt from Lucy when he sneezes, when Lady Vander cast her spell. And you all feel affected by this. Let me just double check the wording on this.
It's not good.
For the next 2 days,
Oh, Lucy!
I don't know what I did.
We don't know yet.
you can all impose a wild magic surge on anyone you wish.
Oh shit.
Wait.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 days.
Everyone throw it at me and I can just lock them up in the tattoo.
Wait.
When that happens, you also see the tattoos glow briefly and then dissipate again.
Ooh.
We
Lucy,
can
what
cause
did you
that in
do
mind.
to us?
Guys, I feel so tingly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Shade, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
38.
Oh no.
As you make your way, you are just behind your companions. And all of a sudden, you notice that Ollie's armor seems a little scuffed. You suddenly get this immense urge to polish Ollie to the shiniest you possibly could.
That's going on the OnlyFans.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
As
Right,
he's
we
doing
forgot
it,
to
I'll
talk
be like,
about
"No,
that. We
what-
also
what?"
have an OnlyFans now, guys. So hit us up there. Just kidding.
As he's like polishing me, I want to try and like be like, no, you don't need to, please. Like, it's okay. I want to accidentally cast wild magic on him.
Okay, we're going with this.
Day is turning into
I'm
chaos
so
already.
glad that I made these. What I did. Where the hell did I put the wild magic? Where's the wild magic? All right, Ollie, go ahead and roll a D100 for me. Shade, as Ollie attempts to push you away, you're just so compelled that Ollie has no other ways to discourage you. When suddenly, you feel a sneeze coming on.
Oh no.
It's 26.
Okay. As Shade lets out a loud sneeze, he lunges forward, obscuring his face for a minute as he buries it into his hands. And as he brings his head back up,
No.
you now see a completely working eye in the center of his forehead that seems to blink back at you all. Shade, for the next 2 days, you have advantage on any perception or investigation checks.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I never
Shade,
got
I'm so
that
sorry.
one.
I don't know what just happened. I
I
didn't.
don't know what you did, but everything looks so crisp. It's amazing.
You like it?
Guys,
Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, you're welcome. I don't know.
I can
I'll
just
be
go
better.
far now.
I think.
I'm not sure what
Good.
happened, but we
Good.
should all cover our noses, so to speak. I'm not sure why that happened.
Oh no. What if we all got like residual magic from you in that temple? What if we all sneeze?
You mean I'm
At the
magic?
same time.
Eli,
Oh,
you're always
also-
magic.
Oh.
Lucy, if you want to see what you look like now, I think you can see your reflection in me.
Yeah, actually, Shade, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh. That's so crazy.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh yeah. You all look back at Ollie, and he is just shining like a diamond in the sky. You have never seen him so polished before.
Ollie, you look
Yeah.
beautiful.
I look away from Ollie. It's too shiny. It hurts my third eye.
Thank you, Shade. I've never felt so immaculate.
You're welcome. You look bright.
Great bonding.
Thank you. You look better. You look a lot better.
I don't know why you say that, but thanks.
Better than what? When he had 2 eyes?
Better than when he had 2 eyes. He could see a lot more. He looks at things better.
Oh god.
God. My God.
As Ollie says this, you all kind of give out a little bit of a jolly laugh, continuing onwards towards the Vander Palace. Trix, as you look down for a brief moment, you see a shiny little circle, almost buried within the sand, or within the gravel rocks. Reaching down, you pick it up, and you see a coin, unlike any of that you've ever seen before. You've seen copper, silver, gold, and platinum. But this is a brass coin. You put it in your hand and you flick it up. As it falls down in your hand, you put it over top of the back of your other and see that it has fallen heads. You try again, flick it, catch it, and once again, it lands heads. You continue this exercise the entire way back to the Vander Palace proper, every single time landing on heads. Perhaps this is something that you can use to your benefit.
You have a trick coin.
Are there heads on both sides of the coin?
No.
How lame would that be?
On one side, you see a perfect version of one of the statues that surround the outside of Boku. On the interior, you see, or on the other side, you see a beautiful flower that seems to have been etched in on the back.
Awesome. This is great. After I'm done flipping, I'll just stick it in my pocket.
Okay. You all continue onward back into the Vander Palace. At this point, it is getting relatively late in the evening. Opening the palace doors, you see a few servants that seem to be cleaning the interior. As you do, Betsa seems to approach you. Ah, good to see you all. I'm sure you're proper hungry, staying away from dinner tonight. I must say Lady Vander was not impressed, but she said you had something important to take care of. So, I fixed you up something to eat. If you all head into the dining room, I'll have it sent out for you immediately.
Thanks, Betsa. You're the best.
Very kind.
No. I'm just doing my job. Have to make sure someone takes care of you. You're growing boys and girls, you gotta eat.
Okay.
Well, you're damn good at it, Betsa. And he'll reach down and, like, hug her cheek with his hand again.
Hey, get away. But I do like your new outfits. I'm not sure that your mother will be pretty happy about the tattoos, but maybe you can cover them up.
I think she'll understand. And I'll walk into the dining room.
Okay.
Thanks, Betsa.
Of course. I'll be there in a jiff. Don't you worry, dears. You all make your way into the dining room, sitting down. There seems to be a few candles that are still lit. The table is still immaculately set, as it usually is. And a few moments later, a few servants bring in a plethora of food for you. There seems to be some type of large meat that seemed to have been roasted. It's been sliced up into fine pieces. A few gravies and sauces that accompany it. A variety of side dishes, including a relatively tropical-looking salad.
All right, this looks great.
I'll keep an eye out for Spike.
Oh, your little friend. I can send him down if you want.
Oh, I didn't say it out loud. I was just looking for him, but okay.
All right, fair enough.
Would you mind? Sorry. I was going to say, Betsa, would you mind? Did you know if Maxon's still awake?
No, he said he had something early to do at Brother Time's Temple tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Yes.
He'll look at Alara. All right, thank you, Betsa.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Do you have ice cream?
Alara.
I'm just curious.
No, I'm not sure what ice cream is.
Okay. I had to ask. Thanks, though.
Not a problem. She leaves you guys to your own devices.
Down.
What do you think Maxon's doing at the temple tomorrow?
Getting ready for her arrival.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
She's not meant to be there till midnight, right?
Oh.
He did say, yeah.
No, just
or nighttime.
Around the same time, so it would have been probably around 4 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe it was to prepare for her. Okay.
Wait. So is he getting there before me? Before he told me to go? In the timeline of things? Why do I suck at time?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. You're the worst time wizard I've ever seen.
Yeah. If he's going early in the morning, yeah, he would be getting there before we were told to get there.
Okay.
Correct.
That's weird. Should we beat him there? Will he?
I wouldn't mind.
I'm sure it would put Eli more at ease to maybe tail him. Though I'd prefer to just ask him myself what he plans to do, if we can wake up early enough, but this is a democracy, not a dictatorship.
That's so kind of
just
you,
ask him. We can sense how truthful he's being.
Eli?
I mean, if he's gonna lie to us, asking him isn't gonna do any good, right?
Well, what is suspicious about going to a place to prep for our arrival in the first place? I don't understand.
He could also have some other business there.
Well, it's just sort of weird the way he was like, ooh, like all mysterious. Like, ooh, Lara, all your answers are at the temple. Go late at night. And he's going in the morning. Why wouldn't he be like, meet me at the temple?
Like 4.
Okay.
So like 4.
Okay. After him. Okay. Good.
I only brought it up because I know Eli has issues trusting him.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't he just say, meet me there?
Because he wanted to give you a specific time?
Assuming he wants you to see the echo, and that's around the time the echo shows up, is my guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Or maybe it's about like, because it's a temple, right? And whenever you go to a temple, or you kind of like, you pray and you listen to your inner thoughts. So maybe it's something that you're supposed to do alone, and that's why he didn't suggest going there during the day, going when you could be alone with your own thoughts.
Or during their services, and then we're supposed to show up afterwards, so there's not too many people there.
Do I know Maxon to be like does he do this a lot? Does he like go to the temple every morning, like typically, or?
Roll a history check for me.
Sure. 6. I haven't been paying attention.
You don't really know. Maxon's gets up quite earlier than you do, typically in the morning when you were residing in the palace proper. However, you do remember him going to the temple early in the morning, the day of the merge day.
Okay, I'll relay that to the rest of the group.
Okay.
And is the festival still going on? It's 4 days, isn't it?
Correct.
Yes.
All right, so maybe some festival business. Listen, guys, I'm not saying we can't trust him. I'm saying it's maybe premature.
I imagine if he's going somewhere at a specific time every year, he's revisiting an echo or memory.
I mean, isn't that where Vercillion is? Anyways? And he was good.
I'm sure there's
he
more
was
than
a scribe.
just Vercillion there, but it could be. I just don't understand why he wouldn't mention to us if that is the case. Maybe it's a personal memory. Who knows?
Well, I, for one, don't think we should worry about it too much until we actually have evidence not to trust him, but at the same time, yes, Eli, we shouldn't just divulge everything we know. So that's my stance.
Just keep the champion's weapons to yourself.
Well, Lucy already looked at me when he mentioned the champion's weapon holding the spear, so he's already aware of that.
Well, he doesn't know mine. He doesn't know Ollie's.
Okay. Well.
All right.
They're all
Well, it sounds
worrying
like we
too
need
much.
to go to the temple regardless. So
Yeah.
I say we just go.
Well, not now. I think we should sleep first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, can't we sleep in the carriage? Is it? Wait, hold.
We
how
have
far is
rooms
the
here,
temple?
don't we not?
Yeah, why don't we just stay here? It's so nice.
Okay.
Let's just make sure we wake up early enough to catch Maxon on the way out then.
Sure.
But do we have a time of when he's supposed to leave besides just the morning?
No.
No, I don't suppose we do.
We just give it a shot.
We could post Ollie outside his
I was
room.
gonna say, Ollie doesn't need to sleep.
But that might be
Well,
a
I
little
still-
bit too pushy.
Yeah.
Sleep. I could just sense what's going around. I still need to sleep, in a matter of speaking.
Oh, Laura, what time is it?
Yeah.
At this point, you sense that it's roughly somewhere in between 10 and 11 o'clock.
10:37 at night.
Sure.
I
I just say it to just be a shit. Even though I'm kind of fuzzy on
Well, here's the thing. I don't think we should bother Max, and I assume what he's doing is a very personal thing, given the time of year and everything. But I, for one, would love to celebrate finding another weapon. Tavern, anybody?
Hey, why don't we go see Remy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, just we haven't told Remy yet anything that's happened, and we don't have an update on the paintings, and Quill is gone.
That's true.
And
Shade,
Remy
you're the
was-
one who likes to go to taverns. Why don't you pick where we go?
Well, right now, I would love to go see your father, but I think it's a bit too late.
I meant to go drink, Shade. I thought you'd be excited.
Sure. Anywhere. Doesn't matter.
A man of impeccable taste.
I don't know that city. I'm not from here.
All right.
We could just go and walk and find a place.
We'll just
Sure,
go.
yeah.
Ask
So
Betsa.
last time we walked
Somewhere.
around at night,
Ask
we got
Betsa.
stopped by the police.
We'll just go to one of the lower district bars.
I bet you Betsa knows where the party's at. Ask her. No?
Sure.
Okay.
I will go find Betsa. Let's go find out where Betsa gets.
You don't have to travel too far. You do find Betsa. She seems to be preparing for tomorrow. They're already starting to set up decorations and whatnot around the Vander Palace. What can I do for you, my dear?
Betsa, after all these years, I realize I've never asked you, where do you go to get sauced?
She gives a little bit of a smile. Well, there's a few places that I like to go, but as you're familiar with, there's not much open the night before Merge Day. Everybody's getting ready for the festivals tomorrow.
Any that you know that will be open?
Well, we do have quite a bit of a collection here.
I was gonna suggest that.
Like your palace must be loaded in
Oh my
alcohol.
gosh.
That's
Lucy,
not what
can
I
we fire
had in
fireworks
mind.
off a balcony? Just saying.
Not what I had in mind, but you know what? Sure.
All right, booze and fireworks.
Yeah.
She motions you to come a little bit closer.
Uh-oh.
I'll lean down.
I know where your ma keeps the good stuff.
That's the
I'll give her 2 slaps on the shoulder. Good looking out.
Don't say I never took care of you then. She
That's
walks.
now being added to your party.
She walks off, disappearing for maybe about 10 minutes before she comes back holding 3 bottles of very fine-looking wines. The labels on the front seem to twinkle with a golden and silver lining around it. The wording's all spread out with a gold leaf and a silver leaf, alternating between each letter. They seem to glimmer in the sun, in the light. Now, don't tell anybody I gave you this, okay? She
Are you on
hands
mute?
you.
Of course not.
She hands you all 3 the bottles.
All right, and we will make our way up to the roof.
All right. Lucy, you remember from days past going up onto the roof late at night, staring up into the stars, wondering what is out there, what the universe has in store for you. You all find a spot high above the Vander Palace rooftop and crack open your bottles.
Go ahead, Alora.
Yes.
You've earned it.
Okay. Shit. Oh my god. Okay. All right. So is it just like one, like, I don't know. How do I light these things? I don't
Yeah,
want
do
to
we
like
have to go down
firebolt
there?
them and down
Planted
where?
in the ground.
I bet you
On the
could say,
roof.
I light one of the fireworks and something would happen.
Light one of the fireworks. I light one.
As you all kind of lean back, resting on the slope of the roof, Alara steps forward, holding one of the firecrackers.
Oh my god.
Not, come on. Smart. Come on. Come on.
Has Alara ever used fireworks before?
I don't know. Probably not.
Alara holds one of the fireworks in her hand. And using a little bit of a firebolt, she touches her finger to the wick.
What are you, crazy?
It immediately starts to fizzle.
Oh, jeez.
Throw it! You can't hold on to it! Not me!
firework hot potato.
She tosses it indirectly towards Eli. Eli grabbing it, fumbling it back and forth, tossing it over to Pavo. Pavo, not knowing what to do, immediately jettisons up into the sky and throws it as high as he can.
Nice, Pavo.
Yeah, thanks.
As he flaps his wings, hovering in the air, suddenly a loud burst is heard above you all. As it does, you see these almost raindrops of fire begin to spurt off of the center of where the explosion came from. Immediately, it begins to form that of a dragon up in the sky. The dragon begins to whirl around, spreading its wings out far, sparkling as it does, as it begins to swirl and swoop around. Suddenly, another burst is shot off as you see a knight on the back of a steed, now riding up towards the dragon. The two meet in the middle as the fireworks seem to be completely animated, magical in nature, as the two face off against each other. Sparks come flying out of the dragon's mouth, down upon the knight. As it raises its shield up, it cascades off, different colors splashing off the shield. And as these sparks finish, the knight waves down the shield, raising his hand to the sky, and you watch as a fiery sword of blues and pinks and purples begin to apparate from its hand. The blade stretches further and further, and as the knight takes hold of both the double fists, the sword, if you will, it swipes up wildly at the dragon's neck. It catches the dragon's neck directly in the center as the entire thing explodes into a barrage of rainbow color flecks that cascade over almost all of Boku. As each one of the light fire embers slowly begins to float down, you all take note of the serenity that resides over Boku, seeing it from the angle that you're seeing it in, seeing the tranquility and the ocean off in the night sky as each one of the pillars point towards the Senate building. You continue to sit up there for a few hours, enjoying...
Sorry, can I interject? I wanted to do something while the fireworks were going off.
Okay.
So while the fireworks are going off, I'll stand next to Lucy and I'll say, hey, you want to see something cool?
Of course.
Sorry, you cut out. What did you say?
He said, of course.
Okay. She'll take his hand and she's going to cast Time Still, one of her new spells. And Lucy, you just see everything around us freeze in time. So all the fireworks just stop and it's just like us two. It's just us. I can't hold it for very long, but I don't know. I wish Quill could have been here with us, and it's kind of nice to hold this moment for him.
Lucille will just look down at Alara and take her other hand in his and just smile. Like, move a lock of hair out of her face. This will be a moment to remember.
Yeah. And then the spell will fade.
Before the spell fades, you see the fireworks that seem to cascade down around you. Almost like stars are stopping in the sky, all around this little bubble of yours. Each of you remembering the people that you've lost. Quill, Alcor. And you find a kinship between the two of you as you stare deeply into each other's eyes. Knowing that as much as you've lost, you've gained so much more.
Lucy getting all the feels at this point, and feeling uncomfortable with those feels. As soon as the spell stops, he kind of breaks out of the moment with Alara and just says, "Now, which one of you think you can drink me under the table?" Viper?
Well,
Do you think you can take on the Fate Breaker? And he like flexes.
Did Eli see them hold hands?
No.
Oh, yeah, no.
Then he would be like, "Yeah, I can take you."
All right, we'll need a referee. Any takers?
Are you
By the
guys
way-
not watching this? I've never seen something like this. You guys are wanting to drink? This is fantastic.
I think
It's
it's
like
over,
a light
Ollie.
show.
All
That's
right,
just
so
the night
Ollie's not
sky.
the ref. Anybody else?
All right, I'm in this time. Whoever wins, I'll face the winner. I will ref.
All right.
By the way, it's a great strategy to wake up early.
We're not bothering about waking up early anymore.
Pablo, we have to
on.
celebrate. Come on.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Hey.
I sit down in front of Eli with one of the bottles.
In the background of their drinking competition, I want to just be like smiling and shooting bolts of radiance in the sky.
Oh.
I love it.
Oh, Ollie.
As you both sit down, now playing a game of shot for shot with each other, occasionally looking over your shoulder at Ollie, and with a childlike glee, he continues to spark off guiding bolts into the sky, trying to match the beautiful light show, the spectacle that all of you have just witnessed.
One important note. Before the drinking game starts, you see Lucy's tattoos flash again and then go dim.
Oh.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Hey.
Damn right.
Only
so-
rule is last person standing
Cheater,
wins.
pumpkin or eater.
For the next 17 days, I'm immune to being intoxicated by alcohol. So I take on Eli and Trix.
Wow.
Unfortunately for Lucy, he has no idea how much a halfling can truly drink.
Run out of hooch.
You
Oh,
continue
geez.
to drink onwards until, well, time seems to pass by without any kind of rhyme or reason. You all continue to enjoy your nights atop of the Vander Palace. Minutes turning into hours. And before you know it, you begin to see the sun rising on the horizon.
Oh, guys, we should probably get to bed.
Oh. Yeah.
You all right there, Ollie? I mean, Jess? I mean, Eli? That's the one.
Yeah.
Man,
But
how did we let that happen?
We said that we were gonna go to the time temple. We should sleep.
Yeah, we should.
Sleep until we have to go to that? Laura, what time is it?
Yeah. What time is it?
It is
I
roughly
need to make
now.
sure we get 8 hours.
It's roughly now 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, about.
All right, time for bed, everyone.
Yeah.
Make my way to my room.
Carefully making your way down the rooftop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sober.
I have Featherfall prepared, people. It's okay.
Making your way down the rooftop, you all make your way to your rooms and bed down for a good morning's rest.
Yeah.
Y'all can go ahead and take a long rest.
Hey, we
Oh,
earned that
thank-
night.
God, wow.
I'd also like to
we
say Ollie filled up his water skin before he went to bed.
Okay.
So keep forgetting to do that.
did. Oh, look at those beautiful open spell slots.
Right.
The next day, you awaken, Alara being the first one. Looking out the window, you immediately realize it's about 3:30 in the afternoon.
What? Oh my god! I will get everyone up. I will just start being as loud as I possibly can and go to everybody's rooms and wake everybody up and just be rushing everybody out their doors.
As soon as you get to Lucy's room, he's naked. He answers the door, very like disgruntled and just naked as a jaybird.
Lucy, hurry up!
What is it?
We have to
far
go.
did the tattoos
it's
go?
3:30.
All the way down, my guy.
I'm ready to go because I slept in
He's
my
got a
clothes.
special dagger down there.
Oh god.
The lightning bolt. Anyway, we make our way to the foyer.
As you all make your way down to the foyer, Alara seeming panicked in the moment, trying to rush you all as quickly as possible. She virtually shoves you out the front door.
Whoa, we gotta eat. Food.
Jade, no,
Food.
just eat a ration or something. This is serious.
Okay, we'll find something on the way.
Okay.
Drive through.
We'll get some Charbies.
The White Castle on the way.
Sorry, McBoku's only serves breakfast until about noon, just so you're all aware.
Okay. Yes.
Rushing down towards the lower district, you finally make your way outside of Brother Time's temple. You see a very different building from what you saw in the middle of the night. Getting a good look at it, you see a circular building with two halves, the lower half being a little bit larger than the second half, or the upper half, by about twice the size. The domed roof that sits above the temple looks to be the color of like an oxidized copper. Down the sides of the temple itself, you see 8 columns equally spaced attached to the building itself, running the length of the building, slimmer at the top that seem to arc outward on a curve at the lower half. The upper half area, the walls are completely smooth with the sandstone, apart from carvings of triangular shapes directly in the center. As you approach the front of the temple directly, you now see directly above the doorway, in between 2 of the pillars, a large wheel carved directly above the entrance, with 8 spokes that stick outwards. You rush up to the doorway, this ornate doorway with another arched rooftop, the same color of the main rooftop. A set of grand doors painted the same teal color as the roof. As you approach, you do take notice that quite a few people are balking at Alara. A few pointing. You enter.
Yeah.
You enter into the temple, and as you do, there's a large grouping of individuals that seem to be congregated in the front entrance. Lucy, you look over to see Maxon. He approaches you all. I'm very glad you are all able to make it. I didn't think that you would be able to, considering the noises that woke me up last night.
Terribly sorry for that, Maxon.
We
have reason to celebrate.
It is quite all right. As he continues to talk to all of you, there seems to be a circle gathering around you, all of the individuals pointing at Alara and speaking in hushed tones and whispers. Is that her? Is that her? Is that Sister Time? Is that... A commotion starts to break out as individuals now start to swarm around you. All of them, it's hard to make out what they're asking, but they all center around Alara. It is very uncomfortable for you, even with your chipper demeanor. People are asking you things, grabbing onto you. It is a very uncomfortable situation. Are you her? Are you really her? Tell us what you mean in your lectures. Come on, what out with it? You're here now.
Oi,
Just
oi.
gonna-
Maxim, do you
gonna-
have some explanation, I'm sure, for all this?
Eli's gonna like take her away from them and kind of like push them off.
Yeah,
As
I'll
you
try
attempt
step
to
in
do
between
this-
those.
No one is allowing you to break through. They're physically pushing you away from her.
I'll
They're
get more
clamoring.
aggressive.
They are clamoring to get closer and closer to Alara. Eli, you can now no longer get through the crowd that's surrounding her. They seem to be just pushing more and more pressure on top of her, more questions being spouted towards her. You are
Ollie, use your
completely
shield.
taken aback by all of this, Alara, not knowing exactly what to say or what to do. You all almost begin to lose Alara in the crowd before you hear a loud voice shout out from down the hallway. What is this mockery? I will not have this in my temple. Suddenly, they all move away from Alara and create a bit of a walkway. Looking down the other end of the corridor, you see a very well-dressed tabaxi woman, older in her years. She wears, or her fur seems to be colored of that of silver and white, with beautiful stripes like that of a tiger. She wears a teal and white headdress, or white robe with cobalt piping around the edges. She adorns a large canary headdress. It has beautiful teal flowers wrapped around the head. A rose gold circlet is buried inside the flowers with 6 large points sticking upward. A polished apatite stone is embedded in the center of the forehead. She walks
And
closer towards all of you.
I'm just gonna like go kind of in front of Pavo to shield her view from the big bird.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
Oh my god.
As you would try and attempt to hide Pavo, she doesn't seem to have any interest. As she walks up to the group, what is the meaning all of this? You are all scholars here. I would expect you all to act proper, especially on a day like today. Maxon, do you have any reason for this? Well, Headmistress Mirama, my apologies, but we seem to have a special guest with us, and he motions towards Alara.
Guy's sus, man. He walked
You're
me right into
famous.
this. He walked me right into this shit. With no heads
Mirama
up.
walks up to Alara, looking her over, without saying a word, hands behind her back. She circles around. A bit younger, but I understand. Greetings to you, Sister Time. We are happy that you've joined us today.
Hey, I'm just, and I'll say it really quiet. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. No one's ever called me Sister Time before. And what's happening? That'd be nice if you could let me know why people are touching me and shit. Yeah, my name is Alara.
She
I
grabs
forgot to
onto
do my
your
intro.
She grabs onto your arm and leans in beside your ear. I know, dear. Just follow my lead. I'll get you out of here.
Sus.
Yeah, so sus. Okay.
Well, clearly this is not Sister Time. She looks nothing like her. Far too young. All of you back to your stations. The next lecture is starting shortly. Maxon, if you and your friends will join me in my office, please. Of course, Headmistress. We'd be happy to oblige.
You all follow the woman back down the hallway, up a set of stairs. As you walk past, you see yourself, or you find yourself just above what looks to be a lecture hall. Many seatings that sit out in front of it. A table that sits on the other side of the room. A few people have already started to congregate in the chairs. You can see there's a very large crowd gathering to enter into the room. She leads you into her office. Closing the door behind, she looks to Alara. Well, my dear, you've caused quite a bit of a commotion today. Understandably, we don't typically have echoes appear in the flesh.
I'm not an echo.
Oh, but that's
Look.
where you're wrong, my dear. While you standing in front of me is not necessarily an echo. Your echo has been appearing here for the last 100 years, every day on Merge Day, to give a particular lecture.
Oh my god. Okay. What's the lecture about?
Well, if you'd like to see for yourself, it's about to start.
I would, I guess. I have so many questions.
She leads you over to a little bit of a balcony at the other side of her chambers. You now have a full view of the gallery that sits below you. As you all watch on, the room begins to settle. Alara, as you would know, just before the clock hits 4 o'clock. As it does, you are all taken aback, as at the front of the room, an older-looking echo of Alara appears in front of everyone. Her robes very similar to the blue dress that she wears now, but changed into a bit of a scholarly look. While mostly looking the same, her hair is a bit shorter, and she bears a small scar under her cheek.
I don't like that.
But the most difference is the look in her eyes. Still the twinkle that she's had since youth, but there's something else. Something new. Some may call it knowledge. Some may call it experience. But it's all the same. Beside that twinkle, now shines wisdom.
That's a big one for her.
And something else new stands by her side. The identical staff held by Racilian Vo in the town square statue.
Yes. I get that one day, guys.
The
Lucy
room
leans over to
suddenly-
Alara, and he's like, "Man, you actually got a good look going on here. It's that sort of librarian, but, you know, little quirky look. I like it."
Right? Me too.
You ever thought
Oh,
about
boy.
cutting your hair? So it's just like totally like not paying attention.
As Alara kind of gives you a bit of a look, the crowd begins to simmer. As the echo of older Alara begins to speak. You're probably wondering why you're all here today. What is it that I can teach you? I've seen your past, and I've seen your future. And there's knowledge that you require in your time. I still remember my early days in Boku, staring up at the sage, wondering what secrets lie behind those eyes, like a lock waiting to be opened. And when I learned I could open that lock,
I found what I was looking for. She glances over to the staff and gives a slight smirk. All it took was a little time. Time's such a strange thing, isn't it? We know what it is, but if we're asked, could we answer? Time is precious. So it's a coin? No. Time flies. Time drags. Then it must be a bird or a snail. Not that either. Time is not living, but it is alive. Time moves onward like water in a river. And it's all connected like the mouth of the river connects to the channel. And all things going on like tiny whirlpools in a stream. Because you go there today and you see a whirlpool. And then you go tomorrow and you see a whirlpool. But it's not the same whirlpool because none of the water is the same as it was yesterday. It was never a whirlpool, it was whirlpooling. No, wait. Is that right? Maybe. Perhaps a better example for shade. When you make a fist, you call it a fist. It is a thing. But what happens if you open your hand? Is it still a fist? No. You were fisting. Now you're handing. Like I'm handing you this knowledge. You must accept that time is not a thing. Time is an understanding. And understandings can change. And only you can change their understandings. This is important for you to remember in the days to come. It was today I learned what was in that vault, hidden behind those locked eyes. She reaches down and begins to play with an hourglass necklace and looks up to the balcony where Alara stands, almost making exact eye contact with her. And this time is the key. As she says this, she then fades from view once more.
Lucy leans over to Pavo. When do you think she goes crazy?
Does she got it already?
What did she say about? What did she say about fisting?
Or Laura?
Why didn't she curtsy?
So many questions, so many questions.
Do you have an item that she just showed?
Wow.
Can you glean anything from anything that you rambled on there for a minute? Seemed like you were kind of just grasping at straws.
Well, are
You
we,
guys
like,
gonna
are there
l-
people around us?
I was gonna say, you guys gonna look to gauge her reaction to their questions about, because Pavo's asking about the necklace, right? I'm gonna look at you to see if you're like panicked and if you want me to interject.
I don't know. I think it's okay, Eli. I mean, is there anyone else around, like, other than the group? Is there anyone else around us?
As you all continue to chat, you take notice of the head priestess and Maxon still standing in the room.
Oh, God. So, guys, I may or may not have something that she has. I just don't want to take it out right now because it's kind of glowy, and I don't know if we should show the other two.
So don't.
Used it?
Well, do your very best, Alara, to act natural.
As Lucy says this to you, the headmistress and Maxon walk over. So, now you know. You've been giving this lecture for quite a few years. It's the same every time.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot in there that was really informative and a lot that was really kind of coded.
Yes.
Do you know what it means?
We've all wondered what the example for shade meant. Did you mean a bridge or a tree? Or what type of shade were you talking about? But
I think
now knowing, I don't think it's a lecture at all, Alara. I think it was a message for you.
Yeah. I mean, I looked right at me. So, I mean, yeah, I think so. I feel like I should have given myself a little more clues, but I guess I'll figure it out. Shade? Just look at shade.
Yeah.
Did anything sound interesting to you there?
No, I'm
Did you
very
see anything that we didn't see with your third eye?
I was very confused because for me, like, if you have a fist and you open your hand, then you can slap people. I don't give stuff.
I wouldn't
So-
slap anybody if I were you.
I know you're jealous because you didn't get a slapping, but you'll get yours. Don't worry.
Okay, Shade.
My dagger appears in my hand.
So I'm very confused.
Wait, but she
Eli, I'm
did-
starting to think that that's just his love language.
But wait, when she said the thing about the fist and it's a hand, is it still a hand? She switched hands and he doesn't have an actual hand on the other hand.
Right?
What?
It's a wooden hand.
Why is it
Maxon,
thinking
Maxon, if you haven't noticed, we're not the best with riddles.
Yes, I've noticed that. What I've always been curious about is she references her first days in Boku, staring up at the sage, behind locked eyes. Does that mean anything to you?
Out of game, should that mean anything to me?
Didn't she talk about a key after?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Locked key?
Yeah,
Locked
okay.
eyes. That's weird.
Eye. Yeah, okay. Okay, out of game, there's a necklace, there is a key. I don't understand what this locked eye thing is.
The statues of
shade?
the eyes might be a lock. The statue's eyes are the lock, and the hourglass is the
So
key.
we'll go to the statue later.
Okay. Sorry, what was Maxon asking me? I'm sorry.
He was asking you if any of it like resonated with you, I think.
Oh. I mean, I'll just look to the group and be like, how what should I
I'll put my hand on her shoulder and say, I think we're still meditating on this. Laura seems very confused.
Yes, well, it's probably a little unnerving seeing yourself giving your past self advice.
Yeah.
But what I could recommend is think back to your first days here in Boku.
Okay. I remember seeing a statue of Brazilian. Oh, fuck. Wait, no, he knows I know Brazilian. Yeah, okay.
He knows.
I saw a statue of Brazilian, and he was holding that cool staff that future me has, which is so awesome.
Can I do an insight check on the priestess right now while she's talking about this and
Sure.
gauge her face?
Do
Go ahead.
both.
No, I'm focusing on that. I don't trust that motherfucker. Okay. It's just a 10.
Oh, can I insight Maxon then?
So Lucy, looking back at the headmistress, she
kind of is just curious of the conversation that's happening. Really just trying to take in as much as she possibly can. Eli, go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
I'll ask him a question too. I want to ask him, Maxon, why did you bring us here today?
Mm-hmm.
Was it just to listen to this? And if so, why?
So sassy.
So sassy.
Like I said, it is the first time in all of my years that I've seen a future echo in the flesh. Had it been you, would you not want to see this?
Yes.
So you just wanted to bring Alara here to listen to her
I didn't
echo.
wish to bring Alara anywhere. She
You
had
did
asked
tell
me
her to come here, didn't you?
when she asked. She was
Okay.
looking for answers. This is the
Yeah,
best that I could
true.
provide.
Okay. I'll roll insight on that.
Go ahead.
8.
Oh my god.
Poor baby Eli, he's so dumb.
Maxon seems pretty confident in his answer.
Okay.
He doesn't waver either way.
So, is Racilian's body here?
Yes,
Where is it?
it is in the catacombs far below.
Okay. Can people go there?
Headmistress? She looks towards Alara. A little unsure.
I'm really trustworthy. Also, I knew Racilian.
Who is Racilian?
Racilian is the sage that you guys talk about that's in here. That's in the catacombs.
The sage is not here. This is Brother Time's temple.
Okay.
What are you referring to, young one?
No, now I'm confused.
I think Alara's just confused.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, but we don't typically allow outsiders into the catacombs.
Okay.
Really be considered an outsider since her echo keeps showing up here every
Yeah,
year?
she's hardly an outsider.
You are all outsiders here, other than
Oh, but
Lucy.
they're with me.
What about Alara?
Yeah, they're with me.
What if Alara
And
went
that's-
by herself?
This person, and she'll point. That's Shade.
She shows me no expression of confidence. She shows me no understanding of what she had just said. Yes, she is an echo that appears here that gathers a crowd, but she's unable to answer any of our questions. She seeks more answers than she has. I do
So-
not trust someone who does not know their own answers.
I'll just look back at the group. Like, should I say something?
No, don't worry about her.
Perhaps we'll return after
Yeah.
Alara's had time to dwell on what she's just found out. After all, give her a break. You've been listening to these lectures for quite some time, and this is only the first time of her hearing it.
Yes, well, I was hoping she would be able to provide more insight, but sadly, she's not the same person that we see as an echo. Perhaps there are a few years that need to pass first.
Well, obviously, I look way younger.
What insight are you looking for? What were you hoping to happen?
Yeah. What do you want?
Can you explain what was meant in that little speech?
Why does it matter?
Then how is she
Because
supposed to learn and become more wise without asking all these questions?
Clearly, she is studying time, and that is what this temple is here for.
Yes, I'm
sure
not
she's
here to be
frustrated.
barraged by questions. Maxon, thank you so much for your time as well as
was
your
not a
companions. But I feel it is time that you all leave.
I got an idea, Lara.
Yeah.
If she's gonna trust the ghost you that's from the future,
Mm-hmm.
all you need to do is think really hard that in
Okay.
your speech that you say as an echo, that at the end of it you say, and let Ilara into the catacombs. And you add that to the speech, they hear it from the ghost, and they
And
let you in.
Ollie's saying this in front of the Tabaxi headmistress.
Yes,
She already
this is
said she
all
trusts the
foolish.
Time to
This
go,
is all
and I'm
foolishness.
grabbing
and
everyone.
Yes.
I'm
Thank you,
mustering everyone
Lucy.
out.
You understand your place. Thank you for your time in the temple, but goodbye.
Oh,
Bye.
Bye.
You're so saucy.
I know. Jeez.
At least I'm not a
Here.
rude little halfling.
Oh my god, are you still here? Are you listening?
I
Guys,
spread my
That's
wings
enough.
to shield the
Yeah.
rest of the crowd.
Pull
and
me
it's like,
back.
Let's go. Let's
Just
go. Let's go.
Still
let's
pushing
go.
everyone out. Man, you all really have to work on your communication skills.
she was
Look.
a bitch.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
being perfectly
Sometimes you meet
reasonable
people that are
people.
bitches.
I think she understood our language. Our communication
Now,
skills are fine.
There are a few different avenues to go from here.
No, this is a
Maxon-
good thing.
Maxon speaks up at this point.
Oh, he came with us.
I understand your frustration, my friends. You are young, and I can appreciate the energies that you harbor. There are answers you're looking for, but sometimes you have to work in the confines of the people that you're speaking with in order to get their trust, build that trust, prior to confronting them with questions. Sometimes you have to give people what they want before they're willing to give you what you want.
All they want
My
is
thoughts
answers.
exactly, Maxon. Laura,
Yeah.
here are some different things we can do. One, we can go check out the statue. You can show us whatever it is you were trying to show us, and we can figure things out that way. Maybe. Two, and I'll look over to Eli, who I've seen do a little disguise thing before. We can do our best to make you look as you did then. Return to her, and you would have to do some good acting. And she doesn't know what the answer is. Only future you knows what the answer
Yeah,
is.
I don't
Anything
think
you
the
say,
Tabaxi
she'll
know.
have to take.
I don't think the Tabaxi is gonna help us at all. The headmistress isn't gonna help us at all. I don't think she knows anything. That's why I
Not
think she called
willingly.
you here.
But
Yeah.
she's the one who can lead us
Perhaps
to Brazilian's resting place.
Eli, is it?
That's me.
Might I give you a word of advice?
Shoot.
I can sympathize and empathize with what you're going through. Having lost your parents only to try and find them, it is a difficult journey for you to take. I would suggest, perhaps, understanding that not all are in the same hurry as you are. Perhaps giving it time, trying to understand a little bit more of the person you're speaking with, seeing it from their view, trying to understand them a little bit better might get you more answers than barraging them with questions. And I understand why you're asking these questions. I understand the urgency of the matter. If it was my family, I would be the same as you. But you will find more walls than doorways when using aggressive tones.
Sometimes you need to be aggressive to keep the people you care about safe.
I understand
What was-
that. But you
What
are...
was it? What was it you used to say to me, Maxon? Even a viper waits until it's threatened to strike. Didn't you used to tell me that?
Very wise, Maxon.
You are a very good student, Lucy.
We'll just give a coy smile to Eli.
Eli will not return that smile.
I know.
I don't know, guys. I'm really feeling like I've been looking for all these answers, and there's a whole shit ton of people in there who have answers, or at least directions to answers, and we just walked away from them.
I don't think they had any answers at all, actually. That lecture has been replaying for how many years? 100 years? I think you have all the answers and they don't have shit.
Yeah.
I
feel
think
like that
you
means
made-
You're gonna find them.
Might I interject for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
Alara, do you know the questions?
It's a very general question itself. What do you mean, do I know the questions? Which questions?
Well, you assume that these people have answers for you.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know the questions that you seek answers for?
Yeah.
Perhaps you should be asking those a little bit more. Rather than allowing your emotions to take over.
Okay. Where am I supposed to ask the questions? Listen, this group has major trust issues, and I'm trying really hard to fit in with this group and adhere to their really stringent trust issue circle thing going on. So I want to ask all the questions. And also, you just gave a whole big speech about not asking so many questions when you're up front. So what does that even mean?
I didn't say don't ask the questions. I just said try and understand where the others are coming from.
Yeah, I think he
They
actually
have-
said, do ask the questions, just watch your attitude.
Oh, okay.
That's what I understood. Try to understand the person.
Mm.
You know,
As-
catch more
As the
flies with
understandings
honey.
begins to wave over you, you feel the universe shine down on you a little bit, Alara. Even though you are a little confused at this point, you still feel a little bit of inspiration behind it.
I'm not confused. This group is like, don't say anything. Like, how am I gonna progress? Okay, here's the deal, guys. We either go back in there and I talk to that lady about everything that I know, or maybe Maxon. Hey, do you know anything about the necklace that older Alara was holding? Yes or no? Or yes or no, Maxon?
The necklace.
Yeah.
He pulls down his neckline and
No!
pulls out
No
an
way!
identical necklace.
Fuck off! No!
You mean like
What?
this one?
Yeah? What? Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
Well, that, my friend, is a story for another evening.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
What?
He was his scribe, man.
Yeah.
What, do you think you're so special? You're the only one with a necklace?
Yes! Yes!
That's a wake up call.
He went to the
Oh.
Golden City with him.
Oh man.
You just
Yeah, but
kind of hung out.
but But the lore behind it. Lore behind it, there's only one. Or
It
at least
probably
so
has
I
the same
thought.
lore.
Yeah, but maybe it's a different time, man. Time's just a construct.
We all look over. We all look
How?
over
He
to our
meant-
left. There's just a cart
the s-
selling necklaces.
It's
Thought
the
about
same
this.
necklace. You probably went forward and went back in time and then somehow died or something or gave it to him. And then,
Exactly. Yeah, it's probably the same one.
Oh my god.
Well, you
From
know
it-
how you can find out? Put a little scratch in it.
Yes.
Right in front of him. See if it's-
Yeah.
Or you know what else you could find out? Tune in next time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shit.
Well, my friends,
And
thank you as always for sticking around with us to the very end. All you do for us is much appreciated. And my apologies if at times it takes a little while to get to the channel points. I do see them, and I will redeem them. I just need to find the right time, so to speak. But until next time, to all the adventurers out there, to all of those who follow the lands, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Oh, and by the way, say hi to Hops and Dragons for us, because we're headed there next.
oh, good. Bye.
Take care, all.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.